Spacey is legit not acting. He is like, okay, so I think about this a lot, right? I think about surgeons, doctors, nurses, actors, stand-up comedians, right? There's a certain disconnect with humanity to be able to do these things, right? For a surgeon to be able to cut human skin and not flinch, there's something broken in your brain, homeboy. You know? Thank God. You know, so you could do the open heart surgery on mom when she needs it, right? But, like, bro, seriously.
Yeah.
He went to school.
I want an expert.
For that.
Expert, please.
So I was married to a woman that I felt was a sociopath. Like, she did not have the ability to have empathy. And sure enough, I was right. Yeah, Heather. Yeah. And she's like in the ICU, top nurse. Like when someone gets shot up by a machine gun, she's the one in there.
Okay.
That's her shit. She chases that shit. And it's like, yeah, I was right. You are a sociopath. You are one of those people that could, had she gone into school, she could have been a surgeon working on brains.
Okay.
While the human's still alive. I could not do that. Right? But I do stand-up comedy.
Right.
But you also know I'm Nicolas Cagey and I'm Psycho, right? Kevin Spacey, he's in there. But he's no longer safe to be around. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Heather's safe to be around. I'm safe to be around. You are also a sociopath, my friend. And you're safe to be around. I don't think Spacey's safe to be around, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, probably not.
So he went on to accept this award.
Yeah, so to summarize, because we think we lost our microphones, we were just...
You don't think
okay.
you know.
Well, that's right there.
I never think. What I was saying was Kevin Spacey, about a week ago, all of the articles came out that said he received an award, a Lifetime Achievement Award for film and media, whatever, at Cannes, the film festival, right? And all of these articles, and it was just like, he's back. And he even quoted an Elton John song and said, "I'm still standing."
After all this time.
And I guess he hadn't been
to
Cannes since 2018.
Little kid.
He hadn't been to Cannes since 2018 when the scandal happened, and then he was kind of blackballed. So it's like, he's back. What the fuck?
Why he's blackballed?
At Cannes? Oh, yeah. I mean, Maceo might not even know.
No, I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Anyways. He's not playing a character. He's Kaiser Sose.
What? So basically, to recap the scandal, basically there were, I think, underage boys who were accusing him of sexual assault. Right? That's what it was? And
what happened to those boys?
And basically, to protect himself, as far as I remember this story, to protect himself, because it was going to come down, boom, like strong accusations. I don't know if it was a court case was supposed to happen or whatever. He basically, to protect himself, came out as gay. Right?
Yeah.
That's basically...
That's not going to protect you.
Exactly. But that's what happened. He was just like, hey, I'm coming out, I'm gay. So this is why boys are accusing me, I guess. But I do believe they were underage. I believe that was part of it. Underage being like 17, not 12 or something like that. But so he's back, right? And then what happened was, I saw last night, Cannes made an official announcement that this award had nothing to do with the film festival.
That's fucking
It happened at the same time. That's all it was. It happened at the same time at an off-site location. Kevin Spacey receives this Lifetime Achievement Award. And so I was basically talking about the trickery and what the hell can you believe that shit?
I love how you skipped over beautifully all the accusers of Kevin Spacey ended up dying mysteriously. All of them. All of them.
I'm not mad at having only
Kevin
part of the
Spacey
story.
is famous for
'Cause you
being
can fill it
Kaiser
in.
Sose. Spoilers if you haven't seen the movie. Give the fucking wallet. What the fuck? Right? If you've seen that fucking movie.
Flip you for real.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Kevin Spacey is a mastermind evil genius. And he got caught doing some shit. And before it all went to court, Everyone unalived.
Weird.
Everyone. More than 3. Like, holy fuck. You mastermind fucking Kaiser Soze ass shit. And then he comes on cans and does some hack shit and fucking wins an award and like tricks America again. That guy's awesome. What an evil fucker. Right? And this somehow you brought up Nicolas Cage in all of this.
Oh, the reason I brought him up is because you were out there and you made some holler that basically sounded like Nicolas Cage in the National Endowment of the Arts. What's the fucking name of that movie?
The National Endowment of the Penis? What?
The weight of...
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent is what it's called. You
What
basically
a title.
Exactly why it slips my mind right now. But
Dude,
you were out
that marquee dude is like...
I know.
He's pissed.
Dude, when
I have
me
to
and...
go buy more E's.
Just my ladder even.
when I play...
Jesus Christ.
I'm Chris Lujan.
I am called Bindu.
This is the I Ams.
When I play shows with Andre and there's a marquee there, I'm always checking to see if there's enough letters. Because it's like whatever band we're playing with, maybe a third band, but then Andre Cruz and Chris Lujan, I'm like, are they going to have enough letters for all of that shit?
Oh my God, Andre Cruz and Chris Lujan next week.
Yup.
Pittsburgh. I can't wait.
I gotta edit
days.
this quick.
Hell yeah, well you can just make a short out of this.
No, that's what I mean. I'll have to edit this quick to short it.
Yeah, I'll get, fuck man, I'm gonna try to get a whole army.
May 29th, Pittsburgh, California Theater, Andre Cruz and Chris Lujan, right after the car show. Tickets are available now. Brandon's gonna be there.
Fuck yeah.
What are you selling?
Do people know
We're
I'm Brandon?
selling music. Do what?
Do people know my name's Brandon?
Yeah.
I haven't seen American Psycho. How many people are gonna know my real name?
If they're paying attention, I say Brandon all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't mean what are you selling? What
We will have
merchandise do you have?
records. 12-inch LPs, 7-inch LPs. We even have CDs.
The kids don't know what LPs are. They just call them albums. Fuck
Albums.
that shit.
You gotta let them know you got
Records.
a 12-inch black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's dumb though, because like people my age, it's just an album. That's it.
An album.
That's it. That's all they call it.
See, I don't know. Did I say 7-inch? Like some
You
people,
said 12-inch.
but then we also have 7-inch 45 RPMs. Those are weird. Some people call them 7 inches and some people call them 45.
But not all of them are at 45.
That's true. I think it's probably the soul scene who calls them 45s. Because I think, in the, like he said, you could spin it at 33 1/3, like an album.
Yeah.
So like punk songs, or like you could have 4 songs on. Oh, all right, Macio's annoying. You could put 4 songs on it at 33 1/3,
Yeah.
but like only.
This went from an advertisement to episode.
Yeah. Oh well, it was. We were all.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was shit. Yeah.
I like the numbers. I like what you're saying.
All right.
Yeah.
78 is hella old school.
If you edit this real quick, it'd be on Monday.
Well, right before we realized the mics were all cut out, we were talking about advertisement and age and how you and I no longer fit advertisement or anything like that.
We were.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right before the
about
mics
how
cut out.
like you have to.
And you go, oh, fuck, what were we talking about? But the point I'm getting at is you and I and our opinions and all of that no longer matter. And I was trying to explain this to my Snapchat people because my Snapchat people, they're like around my age or whatever. And I see them on Facebook, typing away opinions and all of that. And it's like, your opinions don't matter anymore. And it's funny hearing Maceo because Maceo realizes like the demographic is 18 to 25, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's why they're gonna remake Taxi Driver for you.
Correct. And
American
Psycho.
When the hell did we talk about this? Probably while the mics were fucked up. Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a trip like you and I, what we take for granted and what we know is like common sense to everybody, there is none of that anymore.
Yeah.
Because the new generation is the TLDR generation. They don't read.
TLDR.
Too long didn't read.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
if you David
Have
Cho,
you never seen? Or
I've seen
heard
that.
TLDR.
And I probably have heard what it was before, but like, too long to read, TLDR.
too long didn't read.
Too long didn't read. See, that's whatever.
Right, that's the generation. So it's like,
I feel that way about that than the generation does about it's too long to read. Anyways, go ahead.
we live in basically the dumbest fucking version of America I've ever experienced in my 50 fucking years on this planet.
But dumb in a different way than the 50s was dumb.
Right.
They were just not knowing.
In the 50s, they were ignorant.
Well,
They had no way to find out.
yeah, exactly.
Everything
That's
was
what I mean.
antiquated.
Yeah.
Now we have supercomputers in our hand.
And now instead we're deciding to be dumb.
Willfully. Yeah, I don't want to know
But
that shit.
there's misinformation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There,
Like Kevin Spacey winning an award at Cannes.
Yes. Yes. And now AI is on a crazy level.
have you seen the Google stuff?
Dude.
They're able to fabricate like a complete fake video with audio and all.
Stand-up comedian. Did you see that?
I didn't.
They fucking AI'd a stand-up comedian telling
I
a
saw-
joke and the audience laughing.
I saw a car
Fuck.
show. Like it was an electric vehicles like, what would you call that? Conference. So like there were AI generated electric vehicles in the background. They're saying like, this car is so great, it's making me want to buy an electric vehicle, and it's like,
So you know how you used to say, I'm gonna try to piece this together.
Hell yeah.
You know how you used to say that the videos that I was making were intended for other people who had a home studio.
you're talking about the reels that you would make.
Yeah, for the music stuff.
Yes.
You always said that instead of focusing on the music, I was kind of focusing on this is how you record the music,
Yes.
kind of.
You're focusing on a more niche audience that doesn't really exist on Instagram because they're all talking to each other in person.
Right.
It's true.
So, is AI making videos for other AI to enjoy? Or are we supposed to enjoy it?
That's absolutely happening. That's fucking your mind, bro.
Right?
I mean,
I love the way
yeah,
you think, dude.
it's,
That's fucking
there is a
hilarious.
point where AI is going to, because AI is a learning model,
Right?
so at some point AI is going to be fed AI generated stuff.
So, because
How long before the AI turns on itself and starts calling itself sucky?
yeah. Yo, that's retarded. And I mean that with all my heart.
Right.
Dude,
No, the
you have to
fucking
fucking
the AI creates its own
You're
cancel
wearing 'em.
culture.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
AI creates their own cancel culture and cancels
No, because
themselves.
realistically, we're watching those videos and we're just going oh yeah, it looks good, whatever, but it's AI. Right? Are we saying to ourselves, this isn't for me?
Let me ask you this question. Right?
Because I am.
Can you watch a movie without looking at your phone?
Yes, I can. In fact, sometimes, because I know that's an
Not
issue.
at home.
No, no,
Not
no.
at home.
No, I'm just wondering.
At
I'm
the
not
movie
like I'm
theater,
not.
yes,
I'm
but not at home.
No.
Yo.
No, no.
Yo, no. I have first-hand experience.
Can I talk now?
Only if you're going to tell the truth.
I'm going to tell the truth. I would say if I'm at the movie theater, I don't look at my phone. I don't look at my watch, which I forgot to wear today. I am at the movies. Fuck
up.
everyone who takes their phone out,
Straight up.
right?
Straight up.
Man.
Straight up. No, I will punch someone in the face.
There was a guy sitting in front of me one time using his phone. He took it out every 30 seconds. And I knew that his password was 111111. I watched this motherfucker. I probably watched him more than I watched the movie, which is the problem.
Right.
That's why you should.
I would
pull your
have grabbed
fucking
that phone
out.
and I would have threw it across the studio or
Yeah.
across the theater. And I'd been looking at him say something like Eric did on fucking that movie Heat, right? When they fucking slammed that one dude's head in the diner, right? They brought that one dude into the diner to talk shit, and fucking De Niro's there, everyone's there, and fucking dude smashes his face into the counter, and one of the bystanders just like looks up, right? And Eric is over there looking at him like, you see something? And the dude's like, oh, I didn't see anything, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll fucking throw someone's phone like that and look at him like that, right? What are
Yeah.
you gonna say, bro? What are you gonna say? You already ruined the movie for me. I'll ruin your life, right? Fuck you. You know how hard it is to get to the goddamn movie theater? God damn it.
They have those
So-
like.
If I see someone take their phone out, bro, oh my God.
What would you even call that thing that they play before the movie that tells you to not take out your phone during
A
the
public service announcement?
Because it's not like a warning.
No.
Like they're not gonna ban you from the
Sometimes
theater.
sometimes they'll tell you like if you record it, it's illegal and whatever. So I guess in a way that part is a warning. But yeah.
But like
if you're filming it.
that's just like they should. If they see you take out your phone and like they see that it's pointing out the screen, they should like ban you from the theater.
Yeah, very much. Yeah.
Theater ban?
If you're filming it, yeah.
I think at this point right now, they just want anyone to come in. They don't care. Because no
That
one goes
could
to
be
the movies.
that could be true.
No one goes to the movies.
But so to get back. So if I'm at home, I would almost say 85% of the movies I watch, I'm not even that interested in.
Ooh.
Right? So I would say 85% of the time, I'm taking out my phone.
I get you.
Right?
Because you're at the leisure of your house, you can afford to watch these movies that
Yeah.
you normally wouldn't watch.
Yes.
But because it's on,
Yeah. You know, because
I get it.
the God's honest truth is
I
like
get it, man.
most of the stuff that's on the streaming sites, it's like I'll spend more time scrolling trying to find something to watch than to, there is. So like I'm only interested in so many movies. And then there's other movies where it's like, okay, I'll put this on. I'm not really that interested. But the 15% of the time, it's like, some of those times it's like I'm putting my phone in the bedroom because I don't want to touch it while I'm watching this movie.
yeah.
So it's not 100% of the time, but 85% of the time is a shit ton
I see.
to
Right.
answer your question. So
Well,
yeah,
that just means that you know your movies you really want to pay attention to.
yeah. So
the other times-
so to answer your question is, if I'm interested in the movie, I don't look at my phone.
Yeah. Me too.
You know.
Me too. Also, you and I are different, and I'm not trying to give us the caveat, but we are gig chasers.
Mm-hmm.
And that phone is money calling, man.
Oh, that's true.
So I'm always looking to see who's trying to fucking.
Yeah.
I'm a $400 minimum. You know what I mean? Every time I
Yeah.
check my phone, that's a possible $400.
Right. Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah, but if I'm like, if I'm going to watch something like The Studio, like it was the finale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I-
Exactly.
Fucking my phone is down. I made a snack. I got my weed thing, and I put it on, and that intro comes on, and the orange and the.
Oh, that's so tight.
It's so good. I'm like, yeah, we're in for a good time. Yeah.
There's nothing about that show that I don't like.
not a thing. It's great.
You know, like you could probably name a show and I would tell you what I don't like about it.
Yep.
But yeah, with The Studio, it's like all so good.
Yeah. And Seth just does a great job of being him. Mm-hmm. And he won me over with his charm. And he is struggling with the art question. He thinks he's an artist. And my question to you is, do you think he's an artist in this show? Because you have to remember the very first episode. He's like, I don't want to do any bullshit. I only want to do good movies. Remember?
Yeah.
The very first episode, he wanted to do artsy-fartsy shit.
Yeah, so what maybe you would say,
He just got shit on. Like, you can't make those movies, bro.
I guess if you want to call him an artist, you would have to say that he's sold out, right?
But do you have to sell out and make your Pirates of the Caribbean so that you can make your little tiny independent film? Is that the only way the independent film is made?
I mean, that's what they say.
Right.
One for them, one for me, one for them, one for me.
Yeah,
right?
so watching that show, it was something else when he was with his new girlfriend and there was just a bunch of like surgeons. Right? And they were just poo-pooing on him.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm the CEO of
They
the
treated him like shit.
studio. I'm an artist. And they're like, yeah, right. You call that art? And it's like, motherfucker, you know how hard it is to make content?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to get just the okay and everybody in the room and the
Yeah.
lights and the camera. Like, there's so much goes into it.
Hundreds of people.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And so he was like, okay, wait. Right, I can't let that go. I can't let that go.
Yeah.
Right. And so I just thought it's a brilliant way for him to. Seth is doing something right now.
Yeah.
He's telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's hilarious.
art is truth.
Yeah.
So he is being an artist, making a show about a sellout that wants to be an artist and trying to sneak it all in. It's such a bigger statement of what he's saying. And then Zoe coming out and exposing fucking Hollywood like that. Oh, I love you, girl. You're dope. She's so dope.
So what about the? It's a TV
I have it
show.
all worked out. I cry. I get myself composed.
Yeah. Man, she went out and killed it too.
She fucking murdered.
Blackwing, is that what it was called?
Dude.
Shit.
That was so honest and good.
So it's a TV show, right?
Correct.
A TV show where at the end of it, they're chanting movies.
Yeah. Just wow.
Like Kiss My Ass, right?
Yeah, dude. It was great. They
It's TV celebrating the movies.
And they did it with Weekend at Bernie at the very end.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious, man. Like he knows what he's doing the whole way.
What's up?
Can we call it a TV show though? Because it's not on cable.
What did we call it? A series?
Is that what we say now? Have you seen the series?
Maybe. Or would you? I mean, we could even call it a season. I guess, you know. Did you see the season of The Studio?
Speaking of studios,
I guess I would call it, maybe you just take out the TV and you just call it a show. Wait, what are the fucking categories? Movies or shows? Like when you go to Netflix, there's a movies category and a...
You know what's a fucking trip? On a side track.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Tangents!
we've only talked about like really two shows that we truly love, right?
Yeah.
And they came out of Northern California's Apple. They're Apple shows. Severance and the Studio are from Apple. Mm-hmm. That's a trip, huh?
Apple whores.
They're making the greatest shows on TV. Like they're shitting on HBO Max, which is bringing back HBO again.
I know. Yeah, it's HBO Max again.
Yeah, because
Max wasn't big enough.
Fucking moron.
Maximum wasn't big enough. It had to go HBO Maximum.
No,
what's Max? Cinemax?
Right.
Is that what it's... What does Max stand for?
Cinemax is where it came from, and they even used the Cinemax font and the color blue.
Did HBO buy Cinemax or vice versa?
They merged.
Oh, okay.
And so they called it HBO Max, and then they're like, fuck that, let's just get rid
So
of the HBO.
Cinemax doesn't exist anymore.
Merged.
Okay, understood.
But it used to be
sorry
called
for
Skinemax.
Well, I thought that was a side thing. No?
That's where you got to see the boobies.
Oh, was Skinamax its like its cool nickname?
Yes.
Oh, so Skinamax wasn't a real thing. Skinamax is just the fake, you know.
You would call Cinemax Skinemax because the
Understood.
rated R titties, you'd see titties on Skinemax.
All right.
Hell yeah. Because back in the day, guys, before we sexualized everything and fucked the world up with porn, it used to be fun to try to find a little titty here and there.
You would
great.
even watch a scrambled blue titty.
You would. And when the titty came in, you're like, oh.
Yep.
Yeah, like someone squirted you with just a little bit of water when you're hot in the sun.
Refreshing.
Totally. Look at that titty, man. Everyone loves a titty. But now we've sexualized everything that you can't even have naked children running around. Like in the 70s, there was always naked children running around. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Because we didn't sexualize shit. And now
Right.
we have. And now you can't have kids running around. There's pedophiles and shit. It's so weird, man. We're Puritans again. It's a trip.
So if you want to talk about our generation is also the generation who raised kids who don't run around like we did. You know?
Yeah. You were asking,
But maybe
like,
it's because of the digital age.
who made what generation made the participant trophy
Yeah,
generation?
yeah.
Was it our generation?
Yeah, see, I can't figure this out. Like,
Did it?
because we hate that. Was it a sect of our generation?
Yes.
Or was it millennials?
It might have been millennials. I think it's millennials, man. Millennials are just the worst. and everyone knows it. They're the worst. They're the kids that grew up in the fucking 90s.
So at the comic book store yesterday, at Flying Colors,
Yeah.
that's right, we went.
Awesome.
I knew you were broke at the moment, so I didn't want to. And
Well, I had a show.
oh yeah, and you had a show, so I was like, he's going to be prepping all day.
Yeah.
So don't be mad, but we went. 'Cause
No,
we
I had a
books come
very
out.
sexy show, and I've spent enough money in that fucking store, man.
Bro, so why'd I bring this up?
I don't know, but I got Godzilla vs. the X-Men.
I don't
Godzilla
know. Why
versus
did you
Fantastic
bring
Four, right?
Yesterday we went to Flying Colors.
We were talking about sexualizing shit, and you're like, oh, comic books. What? What? I'll follow you on this.
Money.
Wherever you want to
Comic
go,
books are
man.
expensive.
I don't know if I'm with
I
you
can
on it.
fuck, bro. I fucked my own shit up.
Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips.
Woo! God damn it. They're the
What the fuck? Make sure to like and subscribe and join our Discord and Patreon. Check out our links.
Now back to the show. What'd you guys get at the comic shop?
I got
Go.
another Brubaker Phillips book. I got Pulp because the guy was like, read Pulp because it's a one-off, graphic novel.
Okay.
At first I was like, because I've looked at all of their series. Sorry, I'm sidetracking us in this way, but whatever.
It's all good. This is a comic duo that does noir comics. No superpowers.
Right.
So it's
Right.
just like 70s grit.
Yeah, but this was one that, I had studied up on what their catalog is. So, I know there's Criminal, Reckless is a series. I just read The House of the Unholy, Where the Body Was, shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So I've looked into, what stories of theirs do I want to read,
Okay.
right? And there was one called Pulp that I was like, I don't know if I'm interested in that one. Because it looks like a Western, and I'm kind of not into, old-timey type stuff, So I was like, I don't know if I want to check out a Western, even though I know, the spaghetti Westerns are dope. But I don't know if I would want to read that.
They're so dope.
Anyways, I know exactly what the fuck I was going to talk
Would
about.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood be considered a Western?
I would.
It's an urban Western.
It's in the West.
I wouldn't call it a Western because he's an actor. It takes place in Hollywood. He just happens to be playing a Western star
but
in the movie.
It still has a lot of those themes.
True.
There's a lot of guns and horse riding in that. Bullets and
Remember
shit.
this: How to Make Your Own Comic or
And
whatever
a
the fuck.
fucking and a standoff at the end. And I think they had a Mexican too.
But okay, I understand that there's the Western trope of that, all of that stuff. But all of that stuff you mentioned doesn't take place in the Old West,
Correct.
right?
But
so, if you want to talk about Westerns in the style that you're thinking, yes, I love that. Because Reservoir Dogs is that. Ends up fucking True Romance is that. They're,
Sure.
they all follow that trope. But, I'm not really interested in Westerns. And so even though that's a Western style story, it doesn't take place in the Old West. Hence, I don't see it as a Western.
Right. No Roy Rogers shit. You don't like that shit.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. Okay. Making comics.
So anyway, but Pulp is the book that is a Western, right?
Right.
And so I was like, or I asked the guy, the one who seems to be the guy that I like there.
The guy
He
you
was
like
no,
there? Nothing wrong with that.
no.
Oh, you're married.
It's not a date. So
Excuse me.
foot massage. Anyways,
And everything.
he was I was telling him what books I was reading, and he was like, oh, check this out. And I was like, isn't that a Western? Pulp, right? And he was like, well, not really. It's like it's a Western, but it's more of like a street New York-y whatever,
Oh.
and mystery. And I was like, okay. And it's just like a one-off thing, so I got that. I also got Out of Alcatraz, because the new issue just came out.
Cool.
And I got the new Epitaphs from
Really?
the Abyss, because that just came out. And apparently there's only going to be one more issue. They're doing 12.
What are you going to do with all your comics?
He wants to get a box.
I do want to get a box, because right now they're they're
Yeah.
on a shelf in my garage
Yeah.
or in my closet, and it's like it would be nice to have them like.
Yeah, audience members, he just looked down at my floor and there are just bags and bags of comics on the ground. He goes, well, I don't want it to look like that.
Yeah,
I don't want it to look like
why
that.
Why did they change
No.
to silver bags?
I don't know. Next Wednesday, the 28th, Jim Mahfood is going to do how to do your own comics. How to make an autobiography comic.
So that brings me right back to the fucking thing that I was like, what was I going to say?
Right.
Yeah,
You told me
he
to
was
keep you
going to
on-
do like an autobiography. Yes, I
Yeah.
saw that. He's going to do that live.
Yeah.
So
I have a show, but
while I was there, but they'll post it.
I'll watch it later, yeah.
So while I was there, I saw it was kind of a like how to make your own comics thing, or like the rules of making your own comic. It was basically like, we're not going to tell you how to make your own comic, but here's questions you should be asking yourself.
Cool.
I didn't buy it, but I think I should have, and I probably will next time.
Oh, I'm going to get it.
It was $9.99, and it was basically like all of these questions about, you know, like don't think of comics. Comics itself is not a genre, right? You can't, you know, there's comic books that are love stories. There's comic books that are action. There's comic books that are, you know, science fiction. Those are your genres, but comic books as a whole is not a genre. Stuff like that. But there was a whole section in there about Gen X and stuff like that. So
There's a whole thing going around like right after we said our Gen X shit. And they're all Gen Xers are between 45 and 60 years old that still look 30 years old, that feel like they're 110 years old.
yeah,
And I'm like, yeah, that's totally accurate.
pretty much.
Yeah. I cannot believe you don't dye your hair, man. Your hair looks good today, too.
I just got it cut
You
this
are in
morning.
your fucking 50s, and you have a dark-ass head of hair.
The guy who cuts my hair, we were talking about grays, because I'm just, other than this, which is shocking, I'm gray like right here. I'm gray right here.
Oh, yeah, Reed Richards from the
Not
Fantastic
a lot
Four?
right here.
Or Doctor Strange with that beard.
So
Yeah.
he was saying that
you're strange.
he was saying that he gets so much gray coming in here that he does like the whole like bald fade, because he's like, I don't want to see any gray. So right now he's just shaving it completely off.
Wow. That's
Heavy,
old.
right?
Yeah. It's fucking metal,
I
guess.
mean, he's his own barber, so like he could do it every morning if he wants to.
Yeah, I'm just like embrace the wisdom, man. Yeah.
I don't, you know,
I liked old Han Solo better than young Han Solo.
yeah.
Yeah. That was a trippy part of Star Wars, too. Because Star Wars was always, I was Han Solo and Heather was Princess Leia, right?
Yeah.
That's like, that was always our thing, right? And then later on, you find out that they split up and she went off to be a general. And he's just still same guy doing the same shit, broke. Driving around. And it was like, oh shit, that's how we ended up, I guess. And they had like this powerful kid. That's what we did. Hilarious. I'm old man Han Solo.
You just equated yourself to a Star Wars thing, right? So of course,
always.
in my mind, I immediately went to a Batman thing. And so I have a question.
I wish I could be Batman, but he's rich.
So let's talk about superheroes. Okay.
Ooh, yes,
So Superman.
finally.
Wait. No,
Finally.
maybe I'm wrong on all counts. Like
What?
Superman, he had Lois Lane, right? There's like Supergirl,
Which is
right?
so bizarre.
What the fuck is Supergirl? Like Superman and Supergirl don't go together. Like they're not like husband and wife or like that, right?
No.
And I
He's
guess
his little cousin.
she's his little cousin. So okay, so you have Batman, and you have Batgirl. Batgirl, who's Batgirl to Batman?
Batgirl is Commissioner Gordon's daughter.
Okay, who does Batman have? He has nobody. Who's Batman have? Who's his romance partner?
No one. Batman can't have.
Because it changes all the time, right?
Batman can't have a romance. It doesn't work because the second you have romance,
Batman is the Bond of superheroes.
Well, but his family is all the people he takes on.
and kills. Yeah, he takes people on and they get killed, and then he just grabs a new one. Yeah, but they cock tease the carrot dangle of Catwoman or Poison Ivy.
Right. That's why I
and
say
all
it
of
changes
that.
all the time.
But the second Batman becomes happy, why would he be Batman anymore? It wouldn't make any sense.
right.
That's why the movie got it so right. Because the latest film,
Right.
Batman, right? Pattinson, Twilight, Batman, and Zoe, Catwoman. At the very end, she's adorable as shit, right? If I was a younger man, I'd say she's hot. But now I look at her like, she's adorable, right?
You could say she's hot. I don't know if the younger people are saying hot.
Okay.
They might have a new word,
Whatever.
Riz or some shit.
That you're using that wrong.
Okay. Yeah, so her aura is very strong, right?
Yeah.
And fucking Batman is just like, no. Bitch, I didn't do all this shit just to fucking have a date. She goes, come on, let's go have some fun. And he's like, I'm not about fun, dude. Look at how I'm dressed, homegirl. I look, I'm scary. What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here with your cute ass.
Yeah.
I gotta go beat some fucking people up with these fists of justice.
I need to watch this again and
You know
pay
what I
attention
mean?
to it.
Let me teach you that you're wrong.
I think I could pay attention to it more now that like it's not just a movie. Now it's like I like comics again, so I could watch it with that in mind.
The movie is such a great arc of Batman. He starts out, he don't even call himself Batman.
The Batman is what this movie's
The
called.
Riddler calls him the Batman.
Right, but that's what the movie's called.
Yeah, but he just calls himself Vengeance. He's just fucking people up.
Right.
So everyone's calling him Vengeance, right? And what you learn throughout that movie is that vengeance doesn't work. And so by the end, he realizes I gotta be Hope. I can't be going around beating the fucking shit out of people all the time, right? So it's a neat character arc to see. It's the only movie they've ever done it, where Batman's like, maybe dressing up like Dracula, beating the fucking shit out of people is not the right way to go.
Right.
And that's what the movie says at the end. It's good.
Did you like Kick-Ass?
Of course I did.
Oh, okay.
Nick Cage is in there.
He is.
When he blasts his daughter, I stood up like, oh, no! I was ready to turn that movie off.
I just didn't know if you would, being a comic book guy.
She got up and I was like, what the fuck? This is awesome! That movie was great.
Okay. I thought it might be over the top for you.
It was so over the top. I loved it.
Okay.
I love it all.
All right.
That's not really a superhero movie, though.
Kick-Ass?
Oh, I see it as a superhero movie.
It's a parody, isn't it? It's a parody?
He's basically, he's dressing in a fucking costume. He's going out there to fight crime.
He's not super, though.
Well, he doesn't feel pain, right? So he can get his ass kicked and he can keep going. That's his thing. That's his superpower, right? Doesn't he have like nerve damage? He can't feel pain.
I don't remember.
That's what it is.
But, okay, but
You can't feel pain.
but you just, why is it not a superhero movie?
I think it's a
Wait, hold on.
He doesn't have superpowers.
Is Batman a superhero movie?
That's a great question.
He's a hero. Like,
See now, okay, so check this out, right?
I see what you're saying.
you can be a hero and not be super.
The point of language is to communicate ideas simply, and what we are finding out is America cannot communicate simply anymore.
Yeah.
America cannot communicate with itself at all, on any level, right? So like you brought up Superman. We have this Superman movie coming out by a Gen Xer. It
Right.
looks to be the greatest Superman of all time, right? It might even be better than Christopher Reeve's Superman, right? And the second it came out, negative everything, a wave of negativity. Every frame of the trailer broken down and shit on and poo-pooed. And it's just like, you can't, and that is America shitting on itself.
This is my algorithm versus his algorithm.
You couldn't
right?
have-
He sees everyone hating on it, and I see positive,
Of
reports.
Superman?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, there is such a negative backlash.
All right.
They fucking hate this movie. They hate the dog. They hate the suit. They hate the way the cape looks when he's flying. It's CGI, this, that, and the other. It's non-stop negativity. And I'm like, you can't just enjoy a fucking movie? Right? I sound like you're a comedian. You can't enjoy a movie. Right? No, so that is America right now. America can't even chill for a fucking second without... There's this knee-jerk reflexive fucking, I have to shit, I have to hate, I have to have something, I have to say something. Something has to be said, right? And it's just, I'm sitting back watching it all like, man. They did it to the 97 X-Men, right? The 97 X-Men got rebuilt up as an animated cartoon, and right when the first episode came out, all the Snyderverse boys started hating it, and they're like, it's woke, and this, that, and the other. They fucking hated it, right? The very next day, the next episode came out, and they're like, oh, wait, backpedal, backpedal, backpedal. By the end of it, oh, it's the greatest X-Men cartoon that's come out in a long-ass time.
It's because they have to have the popular opinion.
Yep, the clickbait shit, all of that shit. It's all being incorporated.
Well, who would click on an article that says something about how it's gonna be the greatest movie ever? People are gonna click on this is why this movie sucks.
Right.
And why you shouldn't go see it.
And America has become doom porn.
Which is basically like what Yelp is.
But why wouldn't I would have the same argument about why would I read the bad article,
no,
and I would want to read the good article because I want to know why I should see it.
Right, I understand, but I think the one that is more attractive is why do I get to hate this thing?
Yeah,
it's what they feed to us.
Yeah, and that's what I'm calling the popular opinion.
Yep, and so it's like how can you get a Pulp Fiction made in today's world?
And what you mean is from a newcomer.
Right. How can you, I feel like America just doesn't deserve it anymore. We have, the experiment has failed. America is so, that's why I was talking to you earlier before we started recording. When is humanity going to be honest with itself? Like what we really are. Humans are evil liars. That's it. They're evil liars. They got so smart that they realized it's easier to cheat than to work hard. And that's what we do over and over and over and over. And it's happening right now. The rich are taking advantage of the poor and making it in such a way it's so ugly and evil.
Yeah.
No one's, we lie to ourselves. You can't even have a logical conversation right now with anyone because logic doesn't exist anymore. Because do your research. There's no truths, but there are truths. There is an underlying truth, right? Like when you debate something, the winner of the debate doesn't decide what's true. You just won the debate.
Right.
So you can have someone arguing gravity, the other person arguing against gravity, and the person against gravity could win the debate. Go step outside of a building then, bitch, and see what happens, right? Right, so there is this underlying truth, and I feel like Gen X is the only generation that understands the underlying truth, while everybody else is stuck in idiocracy, watering their fucking lawn with Gatorade.
Well, so how does Gen X become the superpower we think it could be?
We gave up.
We gave up?
We gave up.
It's over?
Yep. And now we're just watching the end of it, and Gen X remembers our Halloweens. Watch E.T. That Halloween, that was Halloween.
Yeah, for sure.
And that is non-existent anywhere.
Right.
Right. Or watch the movie Halloween. That was Halloween.
Yeah.
Right? There was a murderer out there fucking people up, but everybody else having a good time.
I guess there was a recent movie that was like that, where there was a murderer on the loose, but it felt like Halloween to me.
I like
I can't remember what the fuck the movie was called.
So I wake up every day and I noticed that the country is a little less America than it was the day previous.
A little less united?
We're not united at all.
Right.
But not only are the states not united, the generations aren't united. Like Native Americans used to really look up to the chief. And no one looks up to a chief anymore.
No.
You make fun of a chief, right? Old ass fucking guy.
Yeah.
Right? There is no more Gandalf.
Until you get to be our age and you understand that the chief has something to say.
Right. But the way things have been built up now, I don't think.
You don't think?
I think it's because social media is so under-regulated, and it's just all these young people talking about whatever the fuck they want.
But it's these young people of a generation too long didn't read. The generation doesn't read.
Right.
But they have comments, they have questions, they have a fucking phone that has all humans' answers in it, and they'll ask a question. They'll use that phone to ask the question.
Yeah.
But they won't use that phone to look it up. The joke writes itself.
Yeah.
Like it's bizarre. Like today, I was describing to you Samurai Champloo. Motherfucker, just play it.
Yeah.
So I did.
I was asking so many questions, and you were like, "Oh, I'll just play it," and I was like, "Jesus Christ, that took long enough."
Yeah.
Even though I was teasing.
No, but just like, yeah. So I don't know what to say because this is the first time humanity's all been connected at one time that we know of. Mm-hmm. Everyone has phones. And what we have learned is humanity is evil as shit, and we're all a bunch of liars. The end. The good guys lost.
Yeah.
The Tibetan monks got thrown out by China. Fucking the Native Americans got took over by the fucking white Europeans.
The only people who have it made are the Amish.
God, it's so true. That's so fucking true. That's
You're welcome.
Pathetic.
Do you know why? I think I've come to the reason why I didn't ask you to just play it for me.
You just destroyed me, dude.
What's that show called? What is it called?
Samurai Champloo.
Samurai Champloo.
Okay. When you were talking...
Amish have it made, dude. The fucking Amish have it fucking made. Oh my God.
The Amish still exist.
The Puritan era is taking over, and they're like, told you, we just waited around long enough. Told you bell bottoms are going to come back in style. Come, buddy,
Anyone
come.
need any butter?
Come, buddy, come. Yeah.
Oh, man. So the reason I think the reason I didn't ask you to just play it, and I just kept asking questions, is because I feel like when I come here, you don't want to, like, watch anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I feel very much like you're like, you didn't come here so we could watch something else. We are here to interact with each other. That's how I feel, and I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Really?
We came here, and he was basically expecting us to watch Godzilla Minus One.
Oh, because he was like, what are we
Godzilla.
doing today? Yeah. And I was like, we might watch the... that's why I was like, whatever Brandon wants to do. Because he was like, are we going to go get something to eat? I'm like, whatever Brandon wants to do. And so I told him that, like, you wanted to watch this -1 and then critique it and then... What's it called? Gojira?
Yeah.
Shin Gojira?
Yep.
You wanted to watch that and critique it as well. So I was like, I don't know what we're doing. We might not even record anything today. So whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, what go on? Yeah, I fully thought we're gonna watch something, but like, see, we're not.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so that's not the case. Everything is set and ready to go at all times.
Yeah.
Including Samurai Champloo. I can easily throw it on that TV.
Yeah.
And then it's in surround.
Uh-huh.
So, which is, with the music, it's fucking dope. Samurai Champloo is
All right.
10 out of a 10.
I don't have a problem coming here and watching it.
Right?
But see, like I said, I feel like when we're here to interact.
Did you
Which is kind of dope.
Did you watch
honestly.
Bebop?
I don't think I watched all of it, no.
Okay. Bebop is good.
I would have to start completely over again. There's like 8 seasons of that shit, right?
No.
No?
No, there's only 26 episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought there was like season after season.
Nah, there's Cowboy Bebop, there's Samurai Champloo, there's another one.
Cowboy Bebop is on something that we have, right?
I on Netflix maybe, but I think maybe it was on Max. I don't know. It might have been removed.
I have all the DVDs,
Okay.
so I'll let you borrow them.
All right.
Yeah. Jump.
Are there 8 DVDs? What am I thinking?
There's
Like-
6.
Oh, see, maybe that's what I'm thinking. So, but I'm thinking those are each a season, but that's not the case.
See, I think the only thing that we've watched here was Severance episode 1.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing great things this weekend, so I'm figuring everything all out in this room, but I might have that sofa in here.
Okay.
Because it would be much easier to relocate this table. We can just move around anywhere.
Yeah.
If that's out of there and we have the sofa. in here.
Beanbag chairs, yo. No, I'm kidding. Let's take it back to the 80s.
that.
Yeah, so that's why I didn't say just put it on. Because like I said, I feel like you don't want to put stuff on.
No,
Not out of laziness, but out of like, dude, that's not why you're
Dude,
here.
I have a fucking thing that I have fallen in love with. Thundercats.
Oh boy.
They did a
Oh.
almost like a parody of Thundercats,
Yeah.
and it's so much better than the original Thundercats.
Okay.
It's so good, dude. They use all the original Thundercats sounds and music, but it's hilarious.
What's this on?
I don't know.
Where
'Cause I
can we
rip
watch
everything.
this? All right. You're no help.
I'm not. I'm a pirate, dude.
Yeah.
Where was it? Well, first of all.
Ho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ho.
So I assume it's animated.
It's
animated.
totally animated, but it's done in a cute form. It's funny as shit, man.
All right.
The jokes are just they're funny.
Are they corny?
Super corny.
Okay.
Over the top
It's
corny.
cutesy?
Yeah. Like Lion-O goes, thunder, and the sword grows. Whoa! Thunder! Grows. Thunder, 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 thunder. He like makes it hella
Yeah.
fucking big.
So like you could show this to like a 5-year-old?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But the adults would get a kick out of it. It's like Teen Titans Go or whatever. Like they did a show with Robin in it, and it's for kids. But if you're a parent forced to watch it, there's all kinds of adult jokes.
So
That show sucks. Why did they have to take away the original Teen Titans? The one that was more like an anime.
Justice, Young Justice or whatever.
No, there was a Teen Titans animated.
You're absolutely right.
I think my favorite animated shit ever is the Spider-Man Into the Universe movies.
That's not what it's called.
Into the not into Spider-Man, whatever. You know what I'm
You
talking
said
about.
Into the Universe?
Yeah, that's what across the multiverse.
No.
Into the multiverse.
No.
It's the first one, right?
I don't care.
Whatever.
Spider.
Spider-Verse. Anyways, the way that those movies are animated is like exactly what I want to see on screen.
Oh.
You know, the Miles Morales animated.
Yeah, that's that Bill Sienkiewicz fucking kingpin in there.
Yeah, and the style also reminds me of my food.
But the style
I
is
love-
every style, though.
You know why it
But that's
reminds
what's
you of
cool
my
about
food?
Yeah, why?
He did the concept art for that show.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm not
Yeah.
kidding.
No, I believe you.
Yeah, so the reason...
I believe I have read that in the past.
Yeah, they used Ma Food's kingpin.
Yeah.
But Ma Food is like, that's not my kingpin. I'm doing my buddy Bill's kingpin.
Yeah.
This is fucking Bill Sienkiewicz's kingpin. The best kingpin ever.
I watched the hell out of those.
Yeah, that's the best kingpin ever. Yeah. Those are good shows, man. There's a second one, right?
I believe so. I think there's a third one coming out. Right? The second one already came
Good
out. I
movies.
think.
I'd watch
Maybe.
those in the
I
theater.
don't know how this can be like your favorite movie, and you don't know how many there are.
Anyways, the animation's top notch.
Yeah, I think my favorite animation would either be like Akira, the hand-drawn, or like Sleeping Beauty.
Oh,
Hand-drawn,
yeah.
Like that old shit. Mm-hmm. Or the Fleischer Supermans. Those old Supermans, they're so good.
Yeah.
Or the old Fleischer Popeyes. When Popeye would like punch a big ass buzzard and it would land and it'd be a cooked turkey. Mm-hmm. That shit. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Those animations are so smooth. I love them. Yeah, Fleischer.
He just made me look like a fool. Those are your favorite movies. You don't know what they're called or how many there are of them.
Solid
You
question.
fucking idiot.
No, I think we just learned that you don't really like cartoons.
Kind of.
I know, you don't like cartoons, you don't like video games. It's not that you don't like them. You just don't gravitate towards them.
Yeah.
I don't see anything
Well,
wrong with that.
even when he plays them, he's just like, I'm gonna do something else.
Yeah, and then he goes and fucking creates music or some... Yeah.
Or
Not
just
really.
scrolls on his
Yeah.
phone for hours.
Yeah.
Doom scroll. Doom porn.
Yeah.
Doom. And now the Avengers are going to have Doom. Doom. Everything.
Yeah. Is Doomsday gonna unite America?
Bum, bum, bum. Hopefully Superman will unite America. And I don't even like fucking Superman. But I'm so upset about America right now. Hopefully everyone backpedals. Backpedal, backpedal, backpedal. Everyone realizes, damn.
Backpedal to the 90s.
And they'll just realize, wow, James Gunn knows what he's doing. He made a great movie. We had a good time. Can we go back to enjoying movies,
Yeah.
right? And the answer is no, because of YouTubers.
Well, the
We're
critics,
YouTubers.
really.
YouTubers. Yep. Where are they doing their critiquing on
No,
YouTube?
but I'm saying like the official critics people. Like, why are these people? Who are these people, and why do they get to critic movies?
Great questions. But like the YouTubers that get word of everything, right? They've learned that clickbait is how you make money.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you about America. This is like, I mean, like, you were like, the experiment is over,
Yeah.
right? We might be in the middle of the experiment right now. We might be at peak experiment.
Really?
This is when they turned up the knob in the simulation.
Yeah, like, we might be at like, okay, this is the real test.
No, I think our generation had the chance to do something and we didn't.
Sure.
And the experiment's over. Because America just lost its AAA credit rating for the first time in 100 years. We're Section 8, bro. We're no longer trusted in the world.
Right.
That's happened in 100 days of Trump being in office. He made enemies with all of the whole world and fucking got our credit rating taken away and then passed the big, beautiful bill, or he's on his way to passing it, because Democrats are fucking, oh my God.
Every 20 years or whatever, they're turning up the knob.
The American experiment is over, I think.
Because there was 9/11.
So AI is
20 years
making
ago or
videos for other AI, right?
Yeah.
Not confirmed.
All right.
Yes.
Because the human has to feed the AI back the information. If there's no human to put it back into the AI, then it's not.
Dude, my son is, not to interrupt you, but he's so fascinated with AI. And
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I'm like, I know my son. He's a gamer. He cheats.
He cheats.
He tries to find a way to cheat. He has not learned the rabbit in the hare. He's constantly the hare. Constantly.
Yeah.
And taking a nap and fucking up and losing. Constantly. And the only way to win is the turtle. That's the only way, the tortoise. The slow way, the long way, the hard way. That's the fastest way. And he represents his entire generation, man. They are dumb as a fucking bag of hammers. They're dumb as shit, and they're happy to use AI. But here's the weird part. I know teachers. The teachers are making their lessons with AI.
Yeah, they are.
So no one's learning
Yes, they
anything,
are.
Chris Lujan.
Right, I understand that.
No one's learning anything, and that's the future of America.
Especially high school teachers nowadays.
Correct. Middle school teachers as well.
Yes.
So
Everyone's using
what's the
AI.
point in even?
What's the point in going to school?
Yeah.
Gen X is
If it's just if they're teaching you nothing and you're learning nothing.
correct.
There's no point for any of it. That's why there's a specific group of people who are talking about regulating AI. It's not part of the government though. It's not like any group that's going to get anything done.
It was outside of cans.
Well, not only that, there's incredible pushback. See, like, the reason why we just became illegal again in Texas is because the fucking alcohol companies fucking poured a whole lot of money into making that happen. Because alcohol is threatened by weed.
Yeah, see, that's stupid. Like, private companies shouldn't be able to pay enough money to change laws.
Agreed. So what has happened is America used to be public and democratic, but the Republicans have changed
That's called a
things
bribe, right?
to private. So now the private sector no longer needs to be voted on. And that is what's happening. We privatized the United States. No longer voting on shit. Votes don't even fucking matter. Information is all mixed up. Billionaires have taken over. And they all stood together like the Legion of Doom on fucking Trump's inauguration.
Yeah.
All the billionaires standing there,
All
evil.
the kings.
Yep, letting you know it's over. You lost.
The people on that dais, they were the fucking they're his people, right? And then everyone else is just the American poor.
Yep.
Basically.
And what we need to do now is just be pirates.
Yo ho yo. I can't
The
sing
pirate's
the rest
life for
You can't sing the rest of it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we gotta bleep all that shit out.
Whatever. Fun with bleeps.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is like, so check this out,
Oh,
right?
I had a contest idea. Go ahead.
So you were asking, the main misinformation that started happening in 2016, we started getting bombarded by Russia and North Korea, right? False information hitting our social media, right? But also false bots to answer those false stories. So you started seeing all this bullshit start happening against Hillary and all of that. It started early in the 2016s. So when you're asking, is AI making jokes and then making an audience?
Right.
That's already been established. That's what fucked us up in the first place. And so people are just now starting to understand what happened, right, in 2016. It didn't hit, the cyber attacks didn't hit our military or anything. They hit Americans, social media, and our open platform shit, and it fucked us up. And now we're all arguing. No one gets along on anything. We can't even enjoy a Superman trailer in America.
How many people are unknowingly arguing with an AI in chat rooms?
Dude, that's exactly what Facebook is. My mom is fucking. Remember I told you my horny mom?
Yeah.
She thought she was talking to a K-pop bot or a dude, and it was a K-pop bot. And she was almost having an affair with him. And it's like, what the fuck is happening?
I'm
right?
not one of those.
No, but it's just like, okay, so back to my son.
Yeah.
Getting excited that he's, using a little bit of AI to help him. And I'm like, you idiot. That is not the move. But instead of me saying anything, I'm just listening to him. I'm listening to him explain everything, and I'm getting an idea of, okay, our generation is the last generation of common sense.
It's like a movie where you got like the grizzled old man and then the young pup who's got to like shadow him,
Colors.
right? And the young pup has all of these brilliant ideas and all of this flashy shit, and the old man is just he's like doing things the old-fashioned way. And it's always at the end of the movie, the young buck realizes that he had to do it the old-fashioned way.
Correct.
Right?
There's a reason why it exists. There's a reason those fast ways have never worked ever,
Right.
except in video games. And so
Yeah, if you don't care.
people that put all their time and energy into video games start to get warped and think like that's how you should be. And that's not how you should be, right? So when we're talking about doom scrolling and all of that, it's because dooms get clicks. And
Yeah.
so that's what you're just going to see all the time.
Exactly.
And the more you look at something, your phone is saying, oh, they want more of this.
Right, exactly.
So
That's what I'm saying.
Right. So now the too long didn't read generation is getting fed AI, and they're using AI. Meanwhile, our social media has AI giving misinformation and answering it with misinformation. It's all just, it's unfixable. And that is why I was in such a pissy fucking mood this morning when I woke up.
Fun time.
Unfixable.
You don't know what we walked into this morning. It was scary. I almost left.
No,
And he
man.
was like, if you can't handle it here, get the fuck out.
I did not use those words.
He basically said the same thing. When you come in here, you gotta have a thick skin. That's what you said.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I didn't almost leave. I'm still here.
You never leave.
Maceo drove.
And that's the other note.
I mean, I do have to pee. We've probably been going a while anyways.
Been an hour.
We need to, let's have some lunch.